PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the Weather Xtreme video on Friday morning, the 12th of September. I'm James Spann here, and needless to say, we're going to be talking a lot about Ike this morning and some other issues. Let's go right to the Skycam network, and we'll start with really an amazing shot. We captured that from the Gulf Shore Skycam about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And look at that. The beach pretty much gone with coastal flooding. That water got up in the public beach parking lot. Down the line there, it got over Fort Morgan Road. And that just shows you how large this storm is. The hurricane-force wind diameter is almost 230 miles out there in the Gulf. That's pretty amazing. And they had a tropical storm-force wind gust to 60 miles per hour. And, of course, that's the view coming from the top of the Phoenix All Suites, looking west down over the public beach. Here's a look at the water vapor satellite shot this morning. Of course, you can clearly see Ike in the Gulf trough out west. By the way, mountain snow out there. How about that? Underneath that cold trough over the northern Rockies. But the trough will be turning Ike to the north. And again, one of the largest cities in the United States anxiously awaits the ultimate track of this thing, Houston. Here's the QPF chart, the expected rain over the next 5 days. And not a lot of change here. The heaviest rain running from Houston up through eastern Texas, places like Longview and Tyler, up into western Arkansas, around Fayetteville and Fort Smith, and curving up through Missouri and parts of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. And that's suggesting some 10-inch rains over southern Illinois. And you can see Alabama, if this is right, barely enough to measure. Now, there's a lot of uncertainty in our rain early next week, as you'll see. There's some model madness here. By the way, this is valid through Tuesday evening of next week. Well, there's a look at Ike this morning. Very, very challenging storm for its entire life in terms of the intensity and the track. There is no well-defined inner core. There's no tight eye. The maximum sustained winds have increased a little bit this morning to 105 miles per hour. And it's just having a hard time getting that inner core together. The wind envelope is huge, and the big question is, can the thing tighten up? And I think there's no doubt as a course of least regret, you've got to plan for a major hurricane, which is what's being done on the upper Texas coast this morning. We'll look at a couple of quick models here. The wharf has shifted a little to the right. And it is not as strong as it was a few days ago. It's got the pressure at 944 millibars. That's suggesting landfall will be a little north of Galveston. And that would put Galveston and Houston on the drier side, with the biggest problems over there toward Port Arthur and Beaumont. But that is an outlier to the right. The GFDL continues to bring Ike really right up into Galveston Bay. And note that the velocities and the intensity here have come down on the GFDL. It's not suggesting really no strengthening from its current status, a Category 2. Will it be a 2 or will it be a major hurricane? Quite frankly, at this point, I'm not so sure that there'll be a lot of difference one way or the other because of the large size of the wind field here. It's going to be a big problem one way or the other. The official track from the Hurricane Center, they haven't changed much. They bring it right up the western shore of Galveston Bay, turning it north and then northeast up into the westerlies. And again, that track looks pretty good to us. The biggest problem, really, it's not the track forecast because of the large wind field here. It's the intensity. Can that inner core tighten up? I still think it can, and you got to plan on that scenario, which is, again, what's being done down there. Here's the GFS, noon today. There's your trough to the west. There's Ike in the Gulf. And around here, again, there might be a shower somewhere, but I just don't think it rains much at all over the northern half of the state. We'll go to midnight tonight. Ike is about to come on in very close to the hurricane center point on the GFS. We'll go to tomorrow at midday, Alabama dry. Ike is in over South Texas. Sunday, the circulation center of Ike on this run of the GFS is near the Red River around Paris, Texas. This is suggesting some of the heaviest rain around Tulsa and Oklahoma City, still raining down there in Houston. Go to Monday. What's left of Ike is near Paducah, Kentucky. And you'd think that little trailing front would come through here and at least give us a chance of showers and storms. And then Tuesday, the moisture just kind of lingers. Instead of a front coming through with drier air and cooler air, as we saw suggested by the GFS yesterday, it really doesn't do that. And look what happens here. Wednesday, it hangs a bit of the trough back. There's a short wave kind of parked just northwest of here, and that would suggest wet weather on Wednesday, which is totally opposite of our forecast. We've got dry and low humidity type weather, and this is suggesting wet weather. We're not going to change on one model run. Let's look at the OZ and just take it slow and steady here. And then Thursday, we get back into dry air. A week from today looks dry. And let's look at the end of the forecast on the 27th. Yes, the westerlies are dipping farther to the south. We don't see that really sharp trough like we did yesterday. That suggests a chance of rain with a cold front. And again, look at that cold air that's up there over the Yukon and Alaska. Yeah, we're just waiting on that first good front. It'll get here, don't worry. All good things take time. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog, alabamawx.com. If you're watching this on YouTube or iTunes, frequent running updates there. That's our best resource of information. That's how we communicate with you. The next video here by 3:30 today. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful Friday, and God bless.